I started the journey on 20th May 2024 with a total of 160 pilgrims to Namugongo. We have so far, the challenge we have, wounds, the tiredness, etc. But we follow the pilgrims like fasting. When somebody doing fasting does not have something to eat or to drink. You commit yourself to God for praying, to have school fees.
Activists have called on government to incorporate gender thoughts in public policy making to achieve economic transformation and social sustainability. The chairperson, Equal Opportunities Commission, Safia Naule Juko, emphasized the importance of gender mainstreaming in social and public policy enactment during a policy dialogue at Makerere University. She said that for Ugandans to fully benefit from government initiatives, gender considerations must be central to policy planning. Toga Kingdom and Executive Director of the National Planning Authority, Dr. Joseph Muvawala, reiterated the need for gender to be a fundamental element in all policy endeavors.
Because basically when you talk about gender, it's about men and women or females and males. But within these women and males, there are other diversities. You may find somebody is deaf, somebody is physically disabled, somebody has a mental disability, somebody comes from a hard-to-reach area, somebody is not educated, somebody is sick, somebody, you know, those other poor people, those from hard-to-reach places, they have challenges, for example, in participating, like developing the national development strategies, the national budget, and enjoying the social services of this country. So with gender and equity mainstreaming, I've been urging people here that let them use the government structures. The structures are there.
Gender is a social construct. And the dynamics thereafter are also a social construct. But beyond that, those constructs have serious implications in the way we do things, in the way we allocate resources, in the way we perform.
What laws do we have against gender-based violence? For example, what are these frameworks that we have to ensure that our policy making is all inclusive? It is a journey, so where are we up to this point? So we take stock of where we are. And now once we are all clear, because we should have a common understanding of where we are. For as long as we don't have a common understanding, I usually tell people that we don't have a common understanding, then some of us are not getting it right, isn't it?
What society does, a discussion of gender issues requires serious sensitization of masses because of societal norms and values, beliefs, okay? The reason why some of the violence is not reported is belief. If you first go to report to your mother, and your mother will tell you that the way I've been patient with your dad over 50 years, okay?
When we are talking about gender mainstreaming, we are talking about the ability for everybody to effectively participate, to be able to realize optimal outcomes, whether you're a woman, whether you're a man. And I think Honorable of the EOC has introduced us to equity, that even when you're talking about men alone, men are not the same. Some are in herding communities, others fishing communities, others are in the urban centers, others are old, others are young. Women are also very different in terms of age, in terms of location, education, religious groups, and many other facets.
All voices singing, arise,
Now, over 100 foot pilgrims from Ankole Diocese have arrived at Namugongo Anglican Martyrs Shrine amidst ululations. On arrival, they were taken through the security procedure, and our reporter interacted with some of the pilgrims who expressed excitement upon making it to Namugongo. According to the team leader, Patrick Ruchere, they started their journey on the 19th of May 2024 with a team of 101 pilgrims. But along the way, more pilgrims kept joining this, bringing the number to 126. Patrick further reveals that the oldest member is 77 and the youngest member is 10 years old.
Njari hageti hali. Wewe nanyoka nyiki. Katuije.
Amaye nayiga owulira otya okutuuka Namugongo obulamu mwatandika ddi olugendo
naye banaye neebaza mbadde manyi nti bwentuuka eno nja kusanga nga amagulu gonna gazimbye naye banaye ntuuse wano nga ndi mulamu nga sirina wanuma wonna banaye ekitiibwa kiddiza Katonda ate n'abeewaffe nabo bakitegedde nti ndi bulungi kati
if you want a choir, you can fall, you can plan it, and you come back and you meet.
Urugendo rwanjye bulungi nonga nuko kundeba ekinisha uzanji wezimbe ndinka omuntu mwekambi mutamana atambana ga mucyaro mucyaci yakashikora cyo Buganda.
Now, as more pilgrims continue to make their way to Namugongo to celebrate the 3rd June Martyrs' Day, our team is on site to give us more updates, and we have Robert Onyango online to give us more on what's happening on ground in Namugongo.
Entrance of the pilgrims from Nebi Catholic Diocese who are making their way to Namugongo Martyrs Shrines. This is a journey which started on 15th May 2024 from Nebi Diocese, and almost after 14 days, the pilgrims are finally here on their last lap to Namugongo Catholic Shrines. We started this journey from Naguru St. Jude Church in Kampala, and almost close to 3 hours from morning, we are now here almost approaching agenda. As you can see here, the team led by the Minister of State for Mineral Development, that is Fiona Nyamutoro, and area members of Parliament are in this procession to Namugongo Catholic Shrines. We are hoping that by midday, by close to 2 p.m., we will be already at the shrines, and there is a welcome mass being organized there by the pilgrims. My camera person can be giving you the live images of what exactly is happening here as to the Catholic shrines. I'll be moving in a bit very briefly and at least have a one chat with some of the members of Parliament here and the organizers and the minister herself. As I said, Fiona Nyamutoro is exactly here with us. So this is our journey to the Catholic shrines. Our viewers of UBC TV, the lunchtime news, this is a drop from exactly what is happening here in Namugongo. I said this is Chaliwajera Namugongo Road. we are on the last journey of the pilgrimage for Nebi Catholic Diocese. Nebi Diocese is animating this year's Matters Day celebrations at the Catholic Shrine. They are returning after 16 years when they last hosted or animated Mass at Nam. That was in 2007. And then they are returning in 2024, nearly after 16 years, with a new bishop. That is Bishop Wokrach, who is also leaving very soon. I think after the animation of Mass at Namugongo, he will then embark on the journey to see that he goes to now his new shepherdship, that is Gulu Diocese, where he is going to be leading that diocese as the new Archbishop of Gulu Diocese. Then Nebi will also be orphans, as they will be waiting for now Pope Francis to give them another bishop. I don't know if I can get in touch with one of two people who are here and we see how they feel about this journey. This is a member of parliament from Nebi. I just want to get hello. Good evening. You are live. Good afternoon, rather. You are live on Ubc. How's the journey to Namugongo right now?
Not too bad. We are very happy that now we are almost near. We are approaching Chalo Wajala. You can see the excitement, the singing. Their voice is coming louder and louder because we can see our final destination in sight. So we are very happy. There are special prayers waiting for us at 2 o'clock, which we are all going to be part of. So we are right on schedule. We are supposed to arrive there by 1:30.
Someone will be asking, where's the bishop right now?
The Archbishop is actually waiting for us in Namugongo right now. Yes, he's going to receive us in Namugongo, the Archbishop.
This is a journey which started on 15th, almost 14 days from now.
Yes.
How did you manage it?
No, it was a great journey. It's a journey of belief. It's a journey of faith. You know, it started on the 15th. They anticipated actually that this journey will take 3 weeks. But by their mere determination, they have made it in less than 2 weeks. That shows strength and determination. And they came very well. But I also like to thank all the hospitality that has been shown along the way. Especially when we arrived Kawempe, people left their markets bringing most of the things they were selling, and they were offering it for free. So I would like to thank all those people who came into the assistance of the pilgrims, which was really very helpful. Yes.
Well, what is that new Nebi is returning with after 16 years?
Nebi, actually, it is amazing. It's the second time Nebi is actually leading the prayers of Namugongo. And whenever they do it, there is great excitement whenever Nebi actually hosts it. And this time it is actually going to be even more, because we have spread it all through the 3 districts where Nebi Diocese is. Nebi Diocese comprises of Nebi District, Zombo and Pakwach. So the duties have actually been spread. So people are going to actually receive a very good Matters Day today.
Thank you. That is a member of parliament from Nebi. I just want to move here and see if I can get one or two reverends here who is among the members of the organizing committee. What has been that job? What has been that which has enabled them to come all this far? This has been one of our colleagues whom we have moved with for the entire 14 days. Yes, we seem not to be very far from the Matters Shrines. How excited are you, first of all, about this journey?
I am extremely excited from the level we have reached now. We really thank God for this protection and guidance throughout this journey. It has not been easy, but we have finally reached. And that is why the people are singing, we are moving on foot up to Namugongo. And it is because of Jesus, it is because of the matters that we are traveling up to Namugongo. It is because of the faith that we have in God, and this faith can move for us mountains. It can break walls that prevent us from living the kind of life that God wants us to live. So we are extremely grateful to God for this opportunity, for this moment, and we praise Him, we worship Him, we glorify His name, and we ask Him to bless everybody who is coming to Namugongo. We are ready to receive everybody. Thank you very much.
Well, that is a member of the National Organizing Committee for this year's Matters Day celebrations from Nebi Diocese. As you have heard from a few samples here, we are just exactly at Agenda, a few kilometers away from Chadwajala. Then we make a final branch off to the Matters Shrines. We'll be giving you the details of this trek and what will exactly happen at the Matters Shrine as soon as Nebi Diocese gets there. This is Robert Onyango, and back to the broadcast house for the lunchtime news.
All right, that is Robert Onyango there, of course, giving us an update of what is happening for the journey, the final lap to Namugongo. And as you can tell and you can see that the crowd is definitely happy. The pilgrims are excited and happy to make that final lap journey well, 14 days on the road is not an easy thing, but here they are right now, and just a few minutes and they will be in Namugongo. Now, UBC Lunchtime News will be taking a very short break, but we'll return with more stories after these messages.
Gear up, grab your running shoes and join the race for life. Run 42, 21 or 5 kilometers to equip Kisoro Hospital's very first ICU. Then, after the finish line, groove all night at the ultimate dance showdown with DJs and performers from Uganda and Kigali. Secure your sport at virungamountainmarathon.org and be a part of history. Save the date, June 1st, 2024 at Shaza Ground, Kisoro Town. Race for a cause. Run for life.
In the Pearl of Africa, we move to many sounds. The sound of new beginnings. The sound of hope. The sound of anticipation. But today marks the dawn of a new sound. The sound of celebration, the sound of thousands of people across Uganda realizing that soon they can dream, play, and win with the Uganda National Lottery. Get ready for Uganda's very own National Lottery, operated by Ituba. Uganda National Lottery. Dream.
Welcome back from that break, and we're glad that you're still with us in UBC Lunchtime News. Now, in more news this afternoon, the Executive Director, Uganda Media Center, Ofono Pondo, has appreciated media for the positive role they play in the country. Opondo, who is on a countrywide tour, highlighted several opportunities that a country can miss due to unprofessional reporting. We have more.
It's not the person who's failing. It is that family.
The Executive Director, Uganda Media Center, is currently on a countrywide tour, meeting journalists and media practitioners.
Mainly to try and build convergence so that gradually we help iron out friction. Cases where a journalist is beaten because he has taken a photograph of a policeman trying to control a crowd.
Media is a powerful tool for information dissemination, advocacy, entertainment, and in promoting accountability and transparency.
So that while we cover truthfully and factually, we put in context so that we don't send away potential tourists to Uganda, potential investors to Uganda, potential tourists to Lango sub-region, potential investors in this sub-region, so that the journalists get to understand that serving Uganda is a collective responsibility.
Opondo wants media in Uganda to embrace positive professional way of reporting that can market the country in the face of the world.
All countries are complaining about corruption, street gangs, murders, insecurity, sometimes accidents. But how do we put them into context? In America, shooting is every day. But you will never see them covering in such a way that nobody wants to go to America. So appealing to their good senses to know that we are in a global and regional competition for resources. Resources of tourism, resources of investment. Let alone aid. Aid can stay away. But these are the resources.
To date, media has been investing a lot on political clamor, crime, terrorist attack, poverty and tragedies. Gradually, there is now a shift to positive areas including business news, tourism and journalism that focuses on solving problems and encouraging their audiences to take action. Eddie Olwa, UBC News.
Thank you, Eddie Olwa. Now, boards of directors, chief executive officers and chief finance officers are being asked to work harmoniously for the health transformation of their organization. This was a concern raised at C-Suite Forum, organized by the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda in Kampala, under the theme, the role of the board, CEOs and CFOs in driving organization performance. Now, participants at the forum, who comprised of the chief executive officers, chief finance officers and certified public accountants, observed that a number of companies collapse when the three top managers fail to agree.
So we have a joint effort required of us to ensure that we encourage.
It's no longer about the financial reporting, it's about value creation that drives shareholders' value or owners' benefits. So we need to dialogue on that process. It's not a one-day road. But I've also listened to that the boards must be having the various skill set. It's important, and we have quite a number of professional accountants who are skilled and ready for board roles.
That we can negotiate a contract, we can negotiate ideas, but we don't negotiate values. Absolutely not. That's not something that I can negotiate a contract with you, I can negotiate opinions or ideas, but my values are non-negotiable. Very non-negotiable. So that's one. Then of course, as you engage the chairperson of the board, you have to guide, in case he's new, you have to tell him about the other board members, in case the other board members are not new. But if all of them are new, then yourself, you have to take up the task to understand each board member, profile them, know what they want, know what they don't want, and work with the chairman, because the chairman plays a very fundamental role in managing the board meeting.
It is very important as CFOs to be driven by creating value. First of all, you need to know how to manage your boss, what they want and what they don't want. But on top of that, you must sell yourself as a person who has value, such that if you are not there, they are going to miss something. Once you are driven by value and results, the number one begins to depend on you.
Of Uganda. Today, as an institute, the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda, we have hosted our C-Suite Forum that is an invite-only event whereby we invited board members for different organizations, CEOs for those organizations, and CFOs. The theme for today's C-Suite Forum was the role of the board, CEOs and CFOs in fostering of performance of their organizations. The intention of us having this conversation between the three stakeholders, that is the board, CEOs and CFOs, is to see that there is collaboration between these three parties to enhance efficiency and ensuring this delivery of the strategic objectives of these organizations. It is our position as the accountancy profession that the CFO is a very, very important pillar in any organization and provides immense support to the CEO and the board, especially in as far as financial reporting and performance of any organization is concerned.
Uganda Bureau of Statistics registers a 99% overall census coverage by closure of enumeration on 26 May 2024. The Bureau attributes the remaining 1% to residents that were in very inaccessible places.
The unenumerated 1% of the population were people in inaccessible gated homes, factory workers, and those that deliberately refused to be counted.
By close of enumeration on Sunday 26 May 2024, overall coverage was 99%. Of course, not all gates were inaccessible, but there are some that were not accessible, and particularly the single-member households who are working, such as workers in factories and mines, as well as those who refuse to be enumerated.
Uganda Bureau of Statistics registered a 49.8% increase in the number of households compared to the 2014 census.
Data shows a significant increase in the number of households, but with smaller household sizes compared to 2014. In fact, the growth of number of households from 2014 to now is 49.8%. But what you have noted from the raw data is that many of these households, especially in Greater Kampala, are a one-person household. There are so many single-bedroomed households or two-bedroomed households.
When asked about the extended 6 days of census, Chris Mukiza, the ED Uganda Bureau of Statistics, had this to say.
Some people may ask me, why did you extend? The UN recommendation for conducting population census is that field work should not go beyond 30 days. So the recommended time is 30 days. You can do 1 day, you can do 10 days, you can do 20 days, but don't go beyond 30 days from the census night. So for us, we did 17, and you know why.
Uganda Bureau of Statistics has revealed the 24th June 2024 and September 24th for preliminary census results. Mario Nawori and Andrew Sebira for UBC.
And now into the business scene. The survey conducted by Ipsos and the Worldwide Fund for Nature and Plastic Free Foundation indicates 97% of Ugandans in support of strong action against single-use plastics to end the global threat of plastic pollution. We have more in this story.
Plastic pollution has become an ever-present threat to the environment, public health and economic well-being, where millions of plastic waste are generated worldwide. Uganda inclusive, producing 600 tons of plastic garbage every day. It is for this reason that Ugandans are calling for a lasting action to mitigate the impacts of plastic pollution.
So there should be concrete measures for us to take and say, this is how it's going to be produced, this is how it's going to be used, and this is how it's going to be reused, but this is how it's going to be removed from our environment. If we don't do that, even if we put a tax of 1,000%, I can assure you, these plastics will still be produced.
You sit on the Ugandan soil, you're supposed to be recycled. What they do, they come and produce and throw in the market. No one is producing some of them. So those who have followed the law, they are doing it. But the law has been silent on those who are supposed to do that. Do you know if you have 80 industries to do plastic manufacturing and all of them are recycling, do you know the impact on the environment? It would make very good sense. So that's where, to me, we have not given a chance to the National Environment Act to do its part on awareness and being tight on the manufacturer to make sure whatever you produce.
But the battle against plastic pollution is not over yet. It requires collective effort of every Ugandan, from policymakers to ordinary citizens, to reduce, reuse and recycle.
As responsible citizens, we have a duty to government. So we should not be saying government has failed. That is why plastics are being thrown everywhere, are littering the environment, littering the land, littering the forest, littering the water bodies, and even there is burning of plastics polluting our air.
We have seen people driving expensive cars but still dropping plastic waste after using them on the road. So for me, I think if we tackled this from the issue of influencing behavior, changing our values so that the children and even us ourselves understand the importance of avoiding plastic pollution, then we would reduce the demand, the consumption, and finally the manufacturers would find no business point to invest.
By raising awareness, implementing effective waste management strategies, and promoting sustainable alternatives, Uganda is paving the way towards a cleaner, greener future.
The women in the villages, let's embrace our local way of packing things, like the baskets which women weave. They use these natural plants, natural leaves. The couple, you see the baskets nowadays being used. That's how we remove plastic from the environment.
Mary Namkose, Irene Faith Nantongo, UBC News.
And into the world of sports, Uganda Volleyball Federation is hosting a 3-day Level 2 coaching course. The course tutor is by the Federation of International Volleyball instructor Tony Westman.
For the next 3 days, more than 50 volleyball coaches will partake of a Level 2 coaching course, whose practicals are at the old Kampala Arena.
It's the second of its kind we're having. The last one was in 2012. And we have a volleyball expert from Sweden, very experienced coach. I've worked with him before. He also was my instructor when I was doing my Level 3. So it's a fantastic occasion for us. For volleyball, it's exciting that after the season, our coaches get to learn something and then bring it to the table for the next season.
The course that has participants from Kenya, South Sudan and Rwanda will be tutored by Swedish Federation of International Volleyball instructor Tony Westman.
This course is normally a little longer, so it's a really compact, intense course, but we talk a lot about the technical skills involved, tactical and physical training, and we do some youth and junior volleyball, so we're trying to cover a lot on few days.
Excellence from this level 2 coaching course qualifies one to take charge of a top national league team.
I think it's a really good course for them to higher the level of the coaches here.
And with that, we come to the end of UBC Lunchtime News. Thank you so much for your company. I'm Lorene Masika Kazimoto. Do enjoy the rest of the afternoon.